Hello, my name is Connie Sutherland and my student number is 327-26731. I can confirm that all the work is mine and that I reference list at the end to show where I have got some of the extra information from. So using technology in mathematics. Expand curriculum learning. So for the Year 2 mathematics, the ACARA link and content descriptor I've used is to tell time to the quarter hour using the language of past and to. I went to the main technology page as well for ACARA, and the statement that came up was design and technologies, in which students use design thinking and technologies to generate and produce design solutions for authentic needs and opportunities. I feel like these two links go really well together, and they describe math games online very well, as the children get to learn basic ways how to use a computer. So things is from like using the arrows and the buttons and the mouse, but also going onto Google, searching, clicking on the right web address and setting up their internet page how they like it. So learning opportunities. So children have opportunities to progress to higher levels in the game. So after completing one level, they get the majority of the questions or all of the questions right. They go up to the next level, which is of course a bit more difficult. They can be up to like 10 levels in a game. Maybe at the end of completing all the levels, they get a trophy or some bonus points and get to move on to a different topic. The game also modifies itself to fit children's level of math. I think this is very important, as some children may do a game and it's just too easy for them. They blitz through it all, and it's not challenging enough, so they might just give up or just not feel like trying anymore. And it's the same with the children that find the game too easy. So it's really, instead of them giving up, they get to challenge. The game modifies itself, make it more challenging for the children, which links to the children feeling less challenged but not overwhelmed with not knowing. So they'll always be challenged just enough to keep them motivated and determined to overcome any weaknesses in the math they may have, and just continue persistently at a certain topic. It also provides a bit of friendly competition. So whether it's as a class, in teams, with a friend, or even just competition with yourself, to try and get the best score or the fastest time or the most questions right. So facilitating children's learning. So non-traditional approaches allow for children to use engaging games to learn and practice math, but traditional math education involves children working on their worksheets independently. One of the great things about online games is that when you get to do it with someone else, you get to teach each other and learn from each other, a bit more of student-centered learning, rather than the teacher being at the front, the students at their desk doing worksheets. So as I said before, children can be in teams, they can learn together and from each other. So the game I've chosen is called Giraffe Pool. It is a 2-player game, and the faster a question is answered, the more your giraffe pulls over to your side. A clock is displayed with a time on it, and the player has to select the correct time out of the 3 options. Let's go to that game now. Okay, so it's pretty basic to set up. Let's suppose. Please put in any username that you would like. Now you can play with 2 players. They can simply burst the computer now, so you have a good choice there. Okay, so my giraffe's flying the blue. And you can see as the clock here will display the time, and these are my options. So there we go, 12:30. There we go, 1:45. So let's go through all of these here. Okay, so let's go through all of these, and then at the end of the game, which is what I've done earlier, it goes through here. So it shows you your end result. So there's how many you got right, your accuracy, and also the rate. So how many questions that you answered in that short amount of time. Which is one of the best things about this Math Game Time website. You also get the option of printing off a trophy. So if, say if the teacher's aim for their students is to all get 100% accuracy, it doesn't matter how many you get correct, as long as you get all of them correct. And maybe the students can print off their trophies, put them up on the walls, put them in their math books, and it really just facilitates a really positive learning environment. and it applauds the kids for their effort as well as their skill. So my thoughts on technology. I think it's very beneficial for students when they need to practice a math skill. So instead of just filling out a math booklet or just doing the same type of math questions over and over again, they get to play a bit of a fun math game, even if it's just for 5 minutes, just a bit of a break up between all the paper and pencil sort of things. And it's great for students to work together in teams or against each other as a challenge and friendly competition. So if people have just done really well that day, you might let two of them go on the computers, get to verse each other at different games, see who does better, a bit of friendly competition, which I think is really exciting for them as well, with a break from everything they do, which I think it's definitely not an everyday occurrence. In my future classroom, I do something like this, probably the maximum of once a week, and used more as a reward. So after a big math lesson, maybe some of the students who did really well that day can go play games on the computer for 20 minutes, or at the end of the week, or even just as a whole class can be involved. So you can do the whole classroom activity. A lot of classrooms have smart boards or interactive whiteboards where the game can be displayed up there, and then the teacher can select the answers the whole class is saying, or it can be in two teams, representatives clicking the right answers for them, which I think is just great for the peers to discuss what they're learning. So say if the time might say 3:30, and one student says, I think it's 3:30, another student says 4:30, they get to discuss why they think that and come up with a resolution together. Some of the other great games that this math game time offers is the game 2048. So it uses tiles. You have to add them all up to get the number 2048, which I think is a great problem-solving game. It won't necessarily always win. You always get a bit closer to getting that number. Another one was called Brainy. So the kid Brainy is thinking of a number, and you get several clues to try and work out what that number could be. So some of the clues may be the number is even, the number has 3 digits in it, all those sorts of things. And the last game is called Counting Money. It's definitely a very challenging game for year 2. It's very aimed at quite the brighter students. But as you can see, it has the 3 different levels, which again is really great. You start with coins and then coins and notes, and can develop the way they're counting money. So in conclusion, I think technology is very beneficial to students in moderation, and students can definitely learn together through these interactive games. It makes them a bit more of a collaborative classroom rather than independent learning. They get to all learn from each other, which I think is a highly beneficial thing. Okay, and these are my references, and thank you for listening to my presentation.